Welcome back to Nebuchadnezzar, episode 10. Alright, so we are in this early dynastic period between 2900 and 2350 BC. And there's a couple of kingdoms. We need 3,800 population, 205 prestige now, 32 spacious villas, and a completed monument. So in this period, there were a few kingdoms that actually got set up, and the northern areas were populated by a Semitic population, and there was city-states were pretty much still state units, primary state units. But the population was growing and cities started to form. Trade also started to form quite a bit. So we're going to go down to Ur, and this is where we're going to set up. We can start with an empty map, or we can do a historical start. Let's do an historical start. We'll see if they do us any favors here and give us something to work with. If we don't like it, then what we could do is next mission we'll just start with an empty map. But this is the first opportunity we've got to choose it, so why not, right? All right, here we go. So our task is to strengthen our position in government, supporting trade with neighboring cities as well as foreign trade. Seems to be the best course of action. All right, so let's see what we have to work with here. Well, it's not much. I mean, we have 576 population. We've got 28% unemployment. We have 3,400 money. We have a livestock farm, and we have some irrigation going, which is interesting. We also have a crop farm. It looks like we've got 18 fields there for the crops, so that's good. And we have we also have 18 and 18 for the livestock as well. We have a couple of bread makers and a market, and a bunch of shacks, and then looks like they're starting to upgrade to poorhouses. So we have a pretty big footprint there of our pollution. So we don't have pollution over in that area over there. But let's take a look at our economy here. So we are producing 18 and we are consuming 16. So that is good. We're able to support this population at least. We don't have any warehouses, but it looks like the market's close enough to get everything. Here are our diplomatic relations. So this one we're going to need 40 pottery or 60 fish, and we'll be able to sell those. This one we need 60 fish or 30 copper, and this one we need 40. This one we need prestige. That one's prestige. So we're gonna need to get quite a bit of prestige on this one so we can do some trading. But I'm thinking that we should, focus on these with the pottery, and then we can export copper. I don't know. We can export bread and copper. I don't know whether or not we can actually mine copper. But we can export ceramics, and we can export 100 ceramics there. So that's quite a bit. We can also export 50 there. So we can make some money there. What's this? Copper jewelry. We can export copper jewelry. Interesting. All right. So here's our map. Here's our market. Let's take a look at the route that she's walking here. Looks like it's covering every single house. So that's That's good. We could probably immediately start building some houses that are on the side in order to grow our population. We're going to need to support that, of course, with additional bread and milk, because we're already, 18 and 16, so we're already close to actually, having a problem. So if we're going to build more houses, we're going to have to expand our crops and our livestock. So let's see, we got some people moving in here, and our populations get going up to 640. So what we can do is we can start getting our pottery going, because this mission is a lot about trade, and we're going to need a bunch of prestige. So over in that area over here is where I'm going to I'm thinking about setting up my clay pits, and over in here as well. And then probably over here is where the monument will go. And we can have brickworks in that area there too. So you're seeing our houses are starting to evolve into poor houses. And we're going to need to get, really soon here, we're going to need to get the farming going, because I'm going to want more people to move in so that I can really build out my my pottery. So I'm thinking, since we're going to need to expand, we're probably going to need to have more pumps and more irrigation going. So there's nowhere to build these pumps. There is one spot there, so I'll build it there. And of course, there's nowhere to build the irrigation canal, so to connect it to the pump. So that's not so good. And we've already started to run out of water at the end of our irrigation canals. So that's not so great. Look at this. There's nowhere to build an irrigation canal over there. There's no spot. I can't build it there. All right. Well, so be it. Let's see if we can build another pump over there. The answer is no. Let's take a look at the other side over here. There's one. So we'll put it there. And then we can build the canal, and we can connect that, so now we're all full. All right, let's see how far out we can build. I want to go over in this area here, because we're going to need to expand our farming. So let's just go out with it. See how much we can do. I think those are going to be okay. It's hard to know if those are counted or not, but I think they are. What'll be interesting is if, well, there's no more water. What'd be interesting to see is if they actually produce slightly less because they're irrigated less. And I don't think that is built in to this game. I think that it's either you're irrigated or you're not irrigated. And I'm going to go with, well, if you have any green, then you're irrigated. So that's what I'm going to go with. All right, so we have that pump. We can connect those, or we could just go out with it as far away as we can. And we're getting a lot of looks like pretty good farmland there. Let's go ahead and remove that end there. I don't think it's going to change anything. Nope, it didn't. So in terms of the irrigated land, but I think we should go ahead and build another crop farm as well as another livestock farm, because what that'll do is that'll enable us to get more bread and milk for our soon to be growing population. We do have 960 in now, so that's from the sustainability that we're currently producing. But we're going to need a much bigger population. We need 3,800 in order to solve the mission. So we're going to put the crop farm down here, and then we'll build our fields. We'll make sure to get 36 if we can in here. That's 25. There's 29. And there's 35. So we're one short. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove that irrigation there, and I'm going to build another field to make 36. There we go. All right, now we need to build some kind of road in order to connect that. So let's just build a nice straight road down, and then we'll put a warehouse in order to capture the wheat, and then we'll make some more bread. So if we put the wheat there, we'll be able to actually service the two bread makers with wheat. That's as far over we could go. Or we could get it closer to this, and we don't need to really service those bread makers, because we're going to be building more anyway. So that's not really going to be a concern of ours. As you can see, he doesn't connect. They don't connect to that one, so they won't be able to actually service that. But that's all right. We don't really need that. We can go ahead and build other bread makers in order to service. And so let's put down a bakery here right next to it, and it will start. We could start making the bread, or we could actually get it closer to the market, and we can have the market just pick it up from there too, without having another warehouse. So let's get the wheat in those bakeries, and then the market can pick it up if they need it. All right. So the next step is to get some milk up in there, because we need both of those resources in order to service population. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to build a road up to our other farm, which is our livestock farm. And we're going to place that in there, and then we'll go ahead and build the pastures. All right, let's see how many we can get. Well, we can get 14 from there, and then 30 total. So we got 12 and 18. But let's go ahead and remove a few of those pastures so that we can get up to what we got now, 33. So we can destroy a few more here, irrigation, and then put in another couple of pastures. And I don't know if we can destroy any more. I really like to get them full, but we actually have 35 and 16, so that should be enough to actually pretty much double our population that we have now. And what we really need to do is build build the road out so that we can connect everything here and have some nice streets, nice straight streets. But we'll build some houses around the sides because we'll send the seller to those to that side as well, and then we'll have the seller go around and do that. So we'll build the houses around the outside there. We should be able to build one more. There we go. All right. So now we have the houses that are getting people in, and then we'll change the pathing here to be able to go to the other side as well. There we go. We'll go up this street, then I'll get both of those, and then we'll go all the way over, and then we'll come down, and all that does is just leave one place that doesn't have anything. So we'll just move. Let's take a look. Maybe there's a better way to do this. Yeah, there is. Let's just go that way. And that should service all the houses. So that's just one straight line. And it leaves off pretty close to the market too. So that's pretty good. All right, so this is what we'll do. We'll build it out there. We'll build it over. And then we'll come down the road. And then we'll build it to stop there. That looks good. All right. So then we'll copy that one for her. And now we're going to be servicing a whole bunch of houses. So it looks like we've got 29 and 29 is going to be where we're going to end up. So we have 35 and 35 coming in. So that's really good. Storage is full. We don't have a warehouse for that milk. So we're going to need to build a warehouse that's actually close enough to the livestock farm in order to be able to service it. So let's find a spot. Looks like that. It looks good, but it's not going in. So where are we going to build this warehouse? Let's see if I can rotate this around. All right. There's the livestock farm in the bottom right over there. Let's rotate it around. Yep. All right, so let's try to build a warehouse. Can't do it. It's too far over. So let's see if we can just minimize that map a little bit. There we go. Can we fit one there? No. And that one is too far away. Beautiful. Well, we probably could put it right there, so we may have to just destroy the roads and then put a warehouse there so it just can connect to both sides. Let's see if we can fit right there. Nope. So I gotta build it over one more. All right. Now I'll be able to build this warehouse. There you go. Now I need a road that connects to the warehouse. And it's just one piece. And there it is. Now they're starting to bring milk over there. All right, well, now I'm going to need to have a caravan that takes that milk and puts it over into the other warehouse so that the market can get it. So let's set up a milk caravan, and let's bring it from one warehouse to the other warehouse. And now the milk will be delivered as soon as I set up the warehouses in order to bring them in. You got to be careful about getting too much bread in the other one. Let's get this one to export the milk. There we go. All right, so now the milk is being delivered there, and as you immediately see, we'll probably get somebody to go and pick up the milk. So what I'm going to do, instead of transporting all that stuff over, I'm going to actually set up another market and just get other sellers to go take out milk and bread to the population from this side. That way we should pretty much cover everybody in case somebody doesn't have enough supplies for them. The other seller will get to them. So just go ahead and bring that down there, and then we'll leave that, probably just leave that one house because it's going to get serviced by somebody, by the other ones. So I think that's probably good enough. So now we've got milk that's going there, and while we're at it, we might as well just go ahead and send the bread out from this area as well. So we'll copy it, and now we'll have bread going out. And we're going to set up our pottery as well so that we can service the entire area with the pottery that we're going to build from that area over there. All right. So this is what we're looking at right now, which is not too bad. We've got our bread and we got our milk that's going out. Looks like we got a very stable population of 1,798. So we've done a lot of the basic work here to just have a workforce, and we've got 50% unemployment. So let's go ahead and set up our caravan to bring wheat over, because we don't have bread makers that are close to that. So we're gonna need to bring wheat over there from the other market so that we can have these bread makers right there. Pick them up. And we'll allow the wheat to come in. There it goes. And now they're starting to deliver to those other bread makers. So we'll turn down the wheat. We don't want the whole thing with wheat, because then the sellers wouldn't have anything in order to be able to do it. All right, well, we're going to leave it here, and we'll come back in episode 11